Welcome back to another episode of CarnivorousGrama Cooks. Today I am making Scotch eggs. So I have these boiled eggs. I have this roll of Bob Evans spicy sausage. And so I'm going to do about 2 ounces of sausage on each of 8 eggs is my plan. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out of its wrapper here. I always am smelling to make sure that things are good. That smells good, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. All right, so let me grab a knife. So we're gonna first coat these. Let me just see if I can get 8 pieces out of this. Uh-oh, we're gonna get 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap my egg in this, and then we're gonna coat it in some pork panko. So let me just show you how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dry the egg off a little bit to make it easier to wrap. Okay, and we're just gonna press this sausage around the egg. It's gonna be kind of thin. We want the egg to be completely covered in sausage. And so make sure that all of your holes are sealed up. If it's not enough sausage, you'll start to see a bunch of holes in it, okay? So just close up all of your holes and wrap them like this in sausage. And then we can do the next one. So these are going to be a little bit over 2 ounces each because of the fact that I only got 7 out of this batch. This is a kind of a little bit thicker piece, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a bigger egg and put inside of there. All right, so once again, we're just wrapping this sausage around the egg, making it a little thin. If you need to add a little water to your hand to make it easier to spread it, you can do that, and that'll make it go a little easier. You can like dip your fingers if you have a little bowl of water. Just dip your fingers in there. Of course, adding the water to your hand does make your egg a little bit moist again, which, you know, defeats the purpose of drying it off. But we want to get that sausage wrapped all the way around there with no holes. So just keep massaging it around until you make sure that you got your whole thing sealed up with no egg white showing through, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, and then I'll come back and show you guys the next step. All right, so the next step is going to be to make the pork panko for this. You would typically, I believe, dip this in like maybe some flour or some other kind of breadcrumb breading. But I'm going to use pork panko, which I'm going to make here. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of my egg white protein powder to this. So you could dip this in egg also, but I'm gonna go ahead and use about, I don't know, half a scoop of egg white protein powder. This is just 100% egg whites. And that will make it stick a little bit better. So let's go ahead and blend this up. So for your pork rind panko, you want to make sure that you get this as fine as possible. So take a look at it and see, do you need to rerun it again? I'm going to go ahead and run this for a couple more seconds. Now, normally I would be using cheese, Parmesan cheese included in my pork rind panko, but for the month of January, I am not using any cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and just roll these around inside this pork rind panko. Get it fully coated. And then once I get these completely coated, I'm gonna pop them in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. If you guys watch my channel, you know my secret weapon for anything that's gonna be fried crispy is going to be to coat it first and then pop it in the refrigerator for a little while so that it's really cold when you get ready to fry. It makes for a crispier batter on there. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours and then we'll come back and fry these up. Now, I have a couple of options for frying. So I'm debating on whether I wanna go ahead and fry them in beef tallow or if I wanna just put them in the air fryer, and that would be probably really good too. So we may do a couple of different things just to see what comes out the best. So that is another option, is to go ahead and fry a couple of them and then air fry a couple and see how the two compare. All right, so I'm gonna take these Scotch eggs and I'm going to pop them in the refrigerator for about 2 hours and then we'll come back and fry some up. These ones are done and I'm getting ready to pull them out. And let me show you how the ones in the skillet look. They're getting there. All right, so these are the ones that I cooked in the air fryer. And these are the ones that I cooked on the stove. And as I'm looking at them, I really can't tell that much difference in the look of them. So we're gonna go ahead and cut them open and give them a taste. Okay, so let's give these a little taste. This is the one that was fried. This is the one that was air fried. You can see that I didn't seal this up quite well enough and it really came popping out of its shell. Okay, so just from cutting it, I can tell you that the fried one was easier to cut. This one was a little bit firmer. Let me let you guys see what they look like. We're gonna give it a taste. Whew, it's hot. That's the air fryer one. It's good. Let's see if the fried one tastes any better. Yes, the fried one definitely tastes better. It has a softer, it's still crunchy, but it's got a little bit of a softer texture, and it just has a nicer taste. So I cooked that in lard. So there you have it. These are Scotch eggs. So try them sometime and let me know what you think.